it's Matthew David. So take a trip with me. Let's go to the gym real quick. Just going to do my cardio session. And I'm going to talk to you about that problem you got going on out there. You know, that problem that you saw in your relationship, your body, or your bank account. Health, physical, financial, see what I'm saying? Or relationship. See, you got some sort of health, money, or relationship issue that you're seeing out there. So I want to give you a quick 5-step formula based on wisdom. And wisdom is the solution to earthly human problems. So wisdom, as you know, this is my minister talk here, it's the tongue of God. It's the Holy Spirit. And it reaches you, and it brings completeness to the world of incompleteness. So let's talk about that world out there. See, that world that you see with your lying and deceitful 5 senses, what you see, smell, hear, taste, and touch. That world is the world that is served up before you. It is the world of incompleteness. It's also the world of form, materiality. The ancient Gnostic texts describe that world as a dead carcass. So step number 1 I want you to know is that the world is not there. It's not there. It's a dead carcass. You're looking at a hologram. What you're seeing outside of yourself is really a holographic interpretation of your mental attitude towards life. Now, you might say, well, I didn't create all these wars and all of this struggle and famine and strife and all of these fires and all these. You might say that. But you see, what happened is somewhere along the line in the realm of the human labyrinth of the mind, you made judgments. And see, those judgments came to you as opinions from the world out there. And you made joinder with them. So in other words, you came to a conclusion that you had all of the information and made a judgment about something, and that sets into your heart. And out of the heart come the issues of life for man. And so what you see outside of you is what used to be in your mental interpretation of reality that got into your heart and created a state of resonance or a state of being. Now that state of being, so long as you keep reacting, re-acting, in other words, as long as you keep responding to the same external stimulus the same way, you're no better than Pavlov's dog. You see, it's not what happens to you, it's how you respond. Circumstances don't matter. Your state of being is the only thing that matters. So step number 1, the world is not there. Cast it down until the world becomes strangely dim. The cares of this world become strangely dim. You see, you're in the world, but you're not of it. You're a spirit, not a material carcass. Let that set in for a minute. Step number 2 is, what can you control? The only thing you can control is your state of attitude, your state of being. You see, that's the seed that you're planting in this moment. And what you put into this moment becomes your future harvest. It becomes what your so-called tomorrow brings. It's all based on the seed principle. It's all based on karma, action, cellular memory, and reaction. In other words, what happens out there, it doesn't mean nothing. Because that's who I used to be. I'm going to choose a new state of attitude, a new state of being. In other words, I'm going to become present to the present and drop my judgments that have created this condition of matter that I perceive as reality, but it's nothing more than wispy fluff. It's void. It's 99.999997% empty space. That's what material reality is. It's flickering in and out of existence, like the ancient Vedic texts say. Infinite worlds appear and reappear in the vast expanse of my consciousness, like motes of dust dancing in a beam of light. So don't be persuaded by this world, because it is a dead carcass. Choose instead a new attitude towards life. And step number 3, enter the kingdom of spirit, the imagination. You are created in the image and likeness of God. That means your imagination is your God potential. You see, your imagination is your real life, and the world out there is your fake life. When you look outside of yourself, you are fallen. You are in the Adam dream of consciousness. If you really want to drive this home, go to my website at MatthewDavidHurtado.com and watch the series idisrupt.world, or just go to idisrupt.world. I'll show you where the imagination is. I'll show you how to enter the kingdom and how to change your life completely. Step number 4 is align with joy and reverse the condition. You see, the condition, the way that you react to the condition is most likely through frustration, blame, guilt, some sort of negative emotional resonance. And you can't get there from there. You can't put that into the equation and expect to produce a harvest of joy from planting bad seed. So you reverse the condition by sowing seeds of gratitude. Gratitude. See, gratitude will escalate the good things in your life, and what you focus on expands. Now, I invite you to learn the 3-2-1 prosperity process, because key number 5 is remember key number 1. The world's not there. You see, when I was bedridden and bankrupt with Lyme disease, I learned this process called the 3-2-1 prosperity formula that I teach at my website, MatthewDavidHurtado.com. It has to do with living by the seed principle, by activating faith, which is the only thing pleasing in the sight of the Lord, and the only thing that produces miracles in your life is faith, not logic. You see, the world out there, since it doesn't exist, I follow the fastest path to my joy in every moment, regardless of the fallout. Well, what is the perceived fallout? It's what my mind tells me will happen based on its reasoning. And where does it get its reasoning from? Past experiences. It's corrupted data. Unless I want to recreate the past all over again, you see, I don't want that. So go to MatthewDavidHurtado.com and learn the 3-2-1 prosperity formula. And you too can change your world, because I did. I was living in a 120-plus-year-old farmhouse with bugs in it, dying of Lyme disease, about 50 pounds lighter than I am now, barely able to walk around the block. And I'd be lucky if I had enough money to buy a coffee that day. And you see, when I began learning this and I started living by faith and not logic, not by the sight of my human eyes, but by spiritual insight, knowing the wisdom, the truth of God, I was able to turn that situation right side out, right side in, whatever you want to call that. I was able to literally create a 6-figure income overnight and make a 7-figure income. Not that money's everything, but I needed money to survive, and so do you. And I was able to get 100% of my well-being back, where I train like a pro athlete today. How did I do that? Well, imagine this. How does God see his manifest? How does God see his child? And once you see your life the way God sees your life, and you drop all of the superstition of materiality, and you enter the kingdom, your imagination of spirit, and you begin living from that seed, and you begin planting that new faith into your world, well, there's the riddle. Go to MatthewDavidHurtado.com and check out the free programs I have. I have a lot of free trainings, including the 3-2-1 prosperity formula. And let it enrich you. It'll change your life, because it did for me, and it has for thousands of other people. And you can also click on the link at the page where you can be part of our Facebook group and watch our live streams, because I'm going to elaborate on this tomorrow night for the Sunday night live stream. I'm going to drive this deep, and we're going to be talking about how to come to a place of peace in your financial affairs so that you can perpetually demonstrate the endless, ceaseless flow of God's divine love that always has, always does, and always will meet every human need, so you can break the back of lack and you can crush the spine of fear surrounding your finances once and for all. Selah.
Hello, I'm Julie with Allow Ministries on behalf of Matthew David Hurtado. Are you ready to end self-sabotage, procrastination, and distraction? Clarity, certainty, and a proven plan of action is what it takes to get anything you want in life. Training is the answer. Matthew David Hurtado's Spiritual Millionaire Workshop is the one-step solution that finally puts you in control of your destiny. What Matthew discovered about building a 7-figure business and perfect well-being when he was bedridden and bankrupt with Lyme disease is that mentorship is success without the wait. It works. At allowuniversity.com, you'll discover how to walk in victory. Learn how to prosper in every area with unstoppable daily habits and a step-by-step training to build your dream business immediately following the event, a success training for a lifetime of achievement. Walk in financial increase, living a life you love. Go to allowuniversity.com and say yes to your destiny.